welcome back or welcome to mine and Lily's channel. So today I'm going to be giving you guys feeding tips for your horses. Now, there is a lot of different opinions out there of what you should and shouldn't feed your horse, but this is personally my opinion. Lily's at school, so she doesn't really, I don't know what her opinion is. She probably doesn't have one. But this is my opinion of what I should and shouldn't feed my horse. So don't get mad at me if I don't say or have the same feeding tips, like things as you, because we're all different and we all have different opinions. So yeah. So basically, we're going to go through like hay, grain, water. Water is very important, so we just got to go through it. Minerals and stuff like that. So we're going to start with hay. So a performance horse, like a high performance horse, should have like 50% of alfalfa, 50% of grass or orchard. Yeah. So I don't know what ours is. My mom knows. I should probably know that. But we just changed hay. And I'm pretty sure our old hay was like 75% alfalfa, 15% like orchard. Pretty sure. Or was the opposite? Pretty sure it was the first. 75 alfalfa, 55%, or not 55, 15% orchard. So make sure when you're looking to buy the hay, I would look at it before you buy it. It's not moldy or wet. And make sure it's nice and green. Like, you want it to be not bright, vibrant green, but you know what you're looking for. Okay, anyways. So yeah, just make sure it's definitely not moldy. That's just a no. Like, you don't want to feed your horse moldy hay. So, yeah. So now we're going to talk about grain. So you don't have to feed your horse grain. It's personal preference. Right now we are feeding grain because when they were at our grandma's house, they were getting grain, so we just bought some grain. It's the Safe Choice original one, and I don't even know anything about that one. That's just the one we've used because the first horse we bought, they were using that one, so we just like never changed from that. Now I have to say, I wouldn't buy Purina because I've heard bad things about it. And good things. I'm not saying it's terrible or anything, but I've heard like people found plastic in their horse's grain. I don't really want plastic in my horse's grain, so I just haven't bought it. Actually, yes, I did. I've bought it before, and I never found plastic, but I just don't buy it anymore, just because just in case. I don't want to find plastic in it, okay? But if you feed your horse grain, I recommend getting like a non-GMO, healthy one that doesn't have a ton of sugar, because you want sugar. You want your horse to have sugar because it gives them energy, because you want them to have energy, but like not a ton of sugar because you don't want them to be full out crazy, like you can't control them kind of thing. So yeah. Then, but yeah, just make sure it's non-GMO. Like, non-GMO is genetically modified organisms, so like don't get that. But if you're going on more of like a forage kind of feeding program or whatever, so what I'm gonna probably do with Aspen and Bo is get alfalfa pellets and stuff like that. But I recommend the Stanley Premium Premium Western Forage. This one just seems really good. It's non-GMO, it's healthy. It doesn't have sugar, I don't think. Wait, can't remember if it has sugar or not. I'm gonna have to go back and look. But so this one, I just feel like it just good, So yeah, so with the Stanley Premium Western Forage, there is a lot of different kinds. There's Timothy, alfalfa, I think there's mixes, I think there's orchard. I haven't totally looked at all of them, but when I was scrolling, I was like, whoa, there's a lot. So basically just find whatever works for your horse, because, I don't know what I'm going to get yet. I'm going to do a little more research and stuff like that, and figure out what's good for like older horses that do a lot of work. So I'm gonna figure that out. But yeah, so then yeah, just find what works for a horse. So that's the grain part of it. There's a lot of different opinions on if you should feed grain, if you shouldn't, stuff like that. So it's your personal preference. It's your horse. Just make sure you're not feeding it junk, gross stuff that is going to hurt them and not help them. Okay? Okay. So now water. This is, everyone is like, you're talking about water, like seriously? No, it's really good. It's gonna be quick. Your horse, this is not an exception. Your horse should have water day, night, 24/7, literally all the time, no matter where they are. Now, if they're in a trailer, that's a different thing, because you want your horse to have water, but it's hard because if you don't have somewhere to like put water, I don't know. Do you guys put, we don't put water in a horse trailer. We stop every probably like hour and a half. Like when we were on the way to here from Montana, we stopped probably, well, this was hard. Did you guys just see that flight? Okay, we're just gonna ignore that. Okay, well, we broke down, so we had a little problems on the way, but we probably stopped every an hour and a half to 2 hours. Make sure the horses had water. We did not feed hay the whole time to keep them occupied, because if they're not drinking water, they're going to get dehydrated and possibly colic. You don't want that on the road. That's just not good. So make sure your horses are always hydrated, have water. If they're in the pasture, they should have clean, fresh water all the time. This is like, you have to have. This is not like your opinion. This is, you have to have, you know? Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is minerals. So depending on where you are, your horse will have different minerals and stuff from the dirt, and they will eat dirt. My horse goes and eats dirt. It's the weirdest thing ever. I'm like, what? She has all this grass and she's eating dirt, but I think it's because of minerals in the dirt. I don't know. I need to figure out why she's eating dirt, honestly. That's just like weird. But different places, like in Montana, we fed trace mineral because I think there's less minerals in the whatever they eat. But I don't know. I'm not really good with this sort of stuff. But salt blocks are good for them to just lick on, and like they need salt. Trace mineral. That's what we did in Montana. We don't have anything here yet, but we probably need to get something soon. Then the last thing is electrolytes. Electrolytes, yeah. So it comes in pellets, liquid, which when I say liquid, I mean like, you know, like dewormer, you deworm your horse, like that little paste stuff. That's what I'm talking about with liquid. And then powder. So we do the powder right now, or did it when we were on the road. Also, another thing is if your horse, all waters are going to taste different depending on where you are if you're on the road. So if you're on the road, I would suggest, like we did this like a week before we left, we started putting electrolytes in their water so they get that taste. So then all the water would taste the same because we put electrolytes in it every time we would give them water. So then they would more likely drink it. Aspen doesn't drink on the road or like anywhere besides their house, but she was drinking, I think because it was hot, because we traveled midsummer, literally July, August, like the hottest time of the year. That was fun. And so I think she was hot, but we had fans on them. Anyways, back to plan. I'm getting off topic. So yeah, we just put electrolytes in it so they would have more of the same tasting water, so it would help them drink. So that's another like tip. Okay, we should do like a traveling with your horse thing. Okay, anyways, new video idea I just made up. Okay, anyways, so I want to do like, that's what I would do if I'm on the road or somewhere and giving them water. If my horse was dehydrated, I would probably do that one. But if I want to get them electrolytes, because like I just do, I'd probably do the pellets because I can put it in their grain or their forage or whatever, Timothy, their like alfalfa. I don't know how to say this. Okay. So, good brands. I've only have two because I haven't researched a ton about this either. You can tell I've done a lot of research about the grain. That's like the thing I've done the most on. But Smart Lights, and Redmond Equine. Those are like the two that I feel like are pretty good. So, and then we had one when we were on the road, and it was a powder stuff, and I can't remember what it's called. So, yeah. But anyways, guys, I hope this was helpful, and yeah. And just remember, everyone has their own opinions that you might agree on and you might not. So this is my opinion. Maybe yours, maybe not. So, yeah. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. This was one of our beginner series ones or anytime, because I feel like getting educated on forest food is just grain, hay, water, all that stuff is good. So yeah, anyways, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.